Welcome back to another tale from the Dark Multiverse. Now, today we're checking out the Flashpoint universe. Now, when I heard about this issue, the announcement of this issue, I was like, wait, how can the Flashpoint universe get darker? Because that's the whole point of these, one-shots, right? Like the War of the Gods one. It was like, oh, in that original storyline, Wonder Woman won. Well, she did in this one. Or, say, like Batman Hush. Bruce becomes Hush. Where this one, I was like, the universe was already screwed up from Barry Allen going back in time, saving his mother, and screwing up everything. So I was like, how can it get darker? Well, you're about to see as we dive into this issue. The Tempest Fugonaut looks into this universe with the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne. Now, he sees how the Reverse Flash has weaponized time. He has manipulated it. Now, we go into the Flashpoint universe, how Barry Allen went back in time, saved his mother, and therefore changed the events of DC's history. Aquaman, Wonder Woman, they pretty much built up nations and went to war with each other. Now, Barry, he went and found the Batman of this universe, and it was Thomas Wayne, Bruce's father. Now, Barry found Thomas Wayne, and Barry thought, okay, I need my powers. Because one of the things that happened when he went back in time and saved his mother was he never became the Flash. So, he had to figure out a way to get his powers back so he could save this universe. So, he got into a chair, and he pretty much recreated the whole instance of him being in a lab, getting struck by lightning. Now, when that happened, he almost died. But he survived. He became the Flash again. And then the whole story unfolded. But this time, it changed. The story reversed. Barry Allen didn't survive that lightning strike. It didn't happen twice. Lightning didn't strike twice, and he died. Now, Thomas looks up, and we see the Reverse Flash. He comes upon Wayne Manor. Reverse Flash says, well, this is unexpected. And Thomas looks up. He says, who the hell are... And Reverse Flash response, don't get up. Really don't. Barry, I honestly never expected to see you like this. What is the reverse of the fastest man alive? The fastest man dead. This really is a paradox. We see Barry, he's burnt to a crisp. Now, Reverse Flash continues. With you dead, should I even exist? If you never became the Flash, could I ever have become myself? Maybe you set me free. You should never have tried to undo all the work I put into your life, Barry. You should have seen all the plans I still have for you as well. I wish I could say I feel a loss, but all I see is an adversary who wasn't worth my attention. Now he takes off the Flash ring, and he puts it on his finger. He pretty much claims the Flash, right? Being the Flash. Now, Thomas Wayne gets up, he throws battery rings at Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash sighs, and he catches them, dodges them, and then throws them back at Thomas. Thomas gets hit in the shoulder and then punched by Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash says, you got no hope against a man like me, Bruce. I could age you into dust, write you out of time. I could break you into atoms. Or I could just push my hand right through your head. He grabs Thomas by the neck and he says, wait, what's this? I can see your memories, you and Barry. And Eobard finds out that this is not Bruce. This is not the regular Batman. It's Thomas. It's the father. Now, that's when Eobard says, not Bruce. You're Thomas Wayne. And Thomas responds, and you're the one Barry Allen talked about, Thawne from the future, with a stupid name. Now, Eobard drops Thomas on the ground, says, oh, this is good. I can feel you thinking about the changes Barry said he'd make to save Bruce. Put this world back the way it was. Hope. I can work with that. Thank you, Barry. This world is a gift. I'm going to enjoy it. Be seeing you, Wayne. He runs off. Now, he looks around, he says, running through this world, I can feel it, coming apart one life at a time. I can hear all their stories, these people, their past and future histories. It's a world on the brink of annihilation, tearing itself apart. Now, we see in Washington, D.C., and we see Cyborg talking to the President of the United States. He says, Batman wouldn't help us, Mr. President. These were the few who agreed to join the fights. We see Green Arrow, Abin Sur, the Green Lantern, Captain Cold, and the Pied Piper. Now, that's what the Cyborg says. I'm working on building a robotic army in Detroit, but I'm months away from being ready, the President responds. It's not enough. Intelligence says Atlantis is aiming to make a move onto U.S. soil any day now, with Themyscira holding Britain and Western Europe underwater. It's going to turn into a land grab until there's only one nation left standing. And it's not going to be us, Cyborg says. Sir. And the President responds, we were a superpower once, Victor. Do you remember? Between the combined power of millions of Atlanteans and Amazons, which is a mass grave waiting to happen. We need something or someone with a level of power we just don't have. It's not you, Victor. And it's not them. We see the Reverse Flash. He crashes through the window and he kills Captain Cold. He puts his hand right through his chest. He punches Adam Sur. He puts his hand right through Green Arrow's head. He hits Cyborg back. It's a cool double page spread. Now he goes up to the Pied Piper. He grabs her by the chin and he pretty much turns her into dust. Kills her. All she is a skeleton. Now we see Cyborg. He's hit out of the President's office. Now we see the President. He says, what the? And we see Cyborg. He hits the ground. The President looks at Pied Piper's skull and looks up at Reverse Flash. He says, please don't hurt me. And Eobard responds, I'm not gonna kill you, Mr. President. I put a lot of time into you. I created you. Sit down and I'll explain. There should have been another man in that chair. A man of deep conviction and principle. And a man who can inspire a nation. But I chose you. I whispered into the right ears. Suggested things to the right people. I encouraged you. Do you remember me all those years? A blinking I was gone. And then we see Cyborg outside. He says, this is Cyborg. All units converge on the Oval Office. The President is under attack. Now we see the Reverse Flash. He continues. And once I got you started, it was easy to remove anybody who got in your way. The President responds, what? Oh God, what do you want? And Reverse Flash says, America, of course. Diana has Britain, Greece, all those places. Arthur has the 7 seas and more. I want America. I want the US. You can run it. That's why you're here. I just want to own it. Now, we see Cyborg comes in and he just starts amplifying sound. And Reverse Flash screams a little bit. Now, that's when he says, if you can hear me over this, it's not a good idea to use sound against someone who can move 14,000 times faster than that and disrupt and control the EM spectrum. Now Cyborg is hit in the face and then Reverse Flash says, know what else I can do? I can atomize you. And we see Reverse Flash, he turns Cyborg into just mere particles. Now the President is shocked and Reverse Flash says, now where were we, Mr. President? Oh yes. You were giving me America. Now we see on TV, the President is saying, he calls himself the Flash, and given the power he's shown me, I have no doubt he'll fulfill his promise to end the Amazon and Atlantean threats of our shores. Now, Eobard Thawne says, trust me when I say this, they'll never see me coming. Now we shift and we see the President. A week later, he shows up in the office of Reverse Flash. And he says, sir, I don't in any way want to rush you, but when do you think you might be able to do something about the Amazons and Atlanteans? It's been a week, and we did promise, and it's an election year. Not that it would probably matter to you anyway. That's what Reverse Flash says. I'm taking a moment to consider the nature of hope. After all, hope is what made this world we find ourselves in. One man's hope made it. There's an audacity to that. Something to admire. Everyone hopes, don't they? For a better life. More money. To be liked or appreciated. To avoid suffering. But these small, selfish wishes and prayers don't really matter, do they? Wishing doesn't make it happen. There's no God listening. So does hope only matter to those with the power and will to see them fulfilled? This place would seem to be a testament to that. Wouldn't you say? The President responds, I'm sorry, sir, but I really don't know what you're talking about. I just don't want to die. Now, Reverse Flash responds, Of course, I just bring you back anyway. You won't die until I'm ready to kill you myself. Take a little hope in that way. Now we see Bruce, and he is talking to this new AI that Cyborg has invented. The AI says, experimental data on the Superman subject are amazing. I don't think they tested him anywhere near his limits. Don't think they dared to, but he might be as fast as Thawne. Certainly strong and potentially indestructible, gives him an advantage. Now, Thomas says, an alien. Why would he be on our side? Fight for us. After all, humanity has kept him caged for his whole life. And if we release him, how do we control him? Appeal to its humanity. Now we see the AI, it says. The psychevals suggests that might be the case. Yes, they've kept him isolated, alone with no significant relationships, but he seems to want to form emotional connections, friendships. Thomas says, not my area, and the AI responds, going against the security systems, be in touch soon. Now let's see the reverse Flash. He shows up into the Batcave, and he says, so, Stone's still kicking about the ether? Must have backed up his brain clever. Think he's gone through all your files? Maybe you should delete your history. Thomas says, Thawne, running a president isn't keeping you busy? And Thawne says, oh, you know I could be here and there. And Thomas says, Alan says mother died, murdered, but she was alive now and everything was different from how it should be. Said you killed her. And Thawne responds, I did. The really beautiful thing about this world being so deliciously screwed up isn't because I killed her, it's because he saved her. He hoped he could make things right, but he never understood that hope is never right. It's selfish. He never understood that to get what makes his life better means others pay the price for his hopes and wishes. I weave my way through time like the fine stitching of an exquisite tapestry of quantum probabilities. But Barry, he tore through it, beat his way through it like a savage with a club. He never saw how each ripple in the river of cause and effect creates the fragile balance of life, death, and purpose for everybody. I wanted to be like him once, then I only wanted to beat him, but he did that to himself. Thomas says, my son is dead, and my wife is insane. This whole world is tearing itself apart, all because you wanted to be better than him? And Thawne says, I am better than him. Look around you. I won. He's dead, and this nasty, fatigued reality is a reflection of his failure. Thomas says, I've spent a long time hunting the sick freaks who prey on humanity, and you're one of one of the worst. You think your intelligence and power make you better than others. You think you can manipulate everyone to your own purpose, but you don't even know what that is anymore. With Barry dead, your whole reason for existing died. You might be the most dangerous man in the world, and you don't even know why. You're just lost and confused. Now, Thawne responds by saying how, hey, he could go around Gotham, kill every villain, and then Thomas will have no motive. He says, who would be the object of your vengeance? Now, Thomas says, you're a danger to everyone. And Thawne says, me? You couldn't touch me. You could never see me coming. I could kill you 1,000 different ways while you inhale your final breath. Now, Thomas says, so, why haven't you? And Thawne says, because you know, you're the only one other than me who knows that the world shouldn't really be like this. And I love that. Now Thomas points up. He says, this is the way the world is. I saw my hopes for a decent world die when my son was gunned down. I want him back. I want my wife back. But I can't change the past. Barry thought he could. He wanted his mother back and his father freed. And the cost of that was my son's life and my wife's sanity. What would my price be, I wonder? He said he could change history, that you could. Now, Thawne says, and do you believe him? Now, Thawne then looks at Barry's body and pretty much comes up with this idea that yes, Thomas, I could go back in time. I could save the Wayne family. I could save your son. I could save your mother. And Thomas asks, Bruce, you could save Bruce and Martha. And Thawne just smiles and says, yes, I could. And Thomas says, Will you save them? Will you bring my boy back? He tears up a little bit, but Thawne looks at him straight in the eyes and says, not a chance, not a single hope if you have any left. Now Thawne runs off, and he's pretty much smiling. He's happy about this. He sees that he has this thing over Thomas. Thomas, his only hope is if Thawne goes back in time. But that's Thawne's decision. Now we see in Metropolis, and we see Cyborg and Batman talking. And Cyborg has reprogrammed himself. He's in this new robot machine. He's hoping to get back into his regular self eventually. Now, they make it to this one area, and their whole goal is to rescue Superman. Superman's the only hope this world has. Now, we see Paris, all these Atlanteans, this army. They're killed by the Reverse Flash. He goes at them really fast, snaps their necks, breaks their bones, kills them. He comes upon Aquaman, the last leader of the Atlanteans, and he says, I hope you can understand that none of this is personal. I've been very generous, lenient even. I could have killed every single one of you, but stopped at around 1,000 or so. A drop in the ocean for your people, really. So, Reverse Flash killed 1,000 Atlanteans in front of Aquaman. Now, Eobard continues, but I need you fish folk in the Amazons to understand that there's a new power in the world. Me. Now, I'm not greedy. I could have just wiped you and all of the Atlantis from history and taken the whole world for myself. I still might one day, but I need to deliver a message personally. I think you get the point. It's a difficult choice, which you'd think I'd pick to embody my approach to foreign diplomacy. In the end, I thought the Queen would be more reasonable. So we see Reverse Flash. He stabs his trident into Aquaman. He kills Arthur Curry. Now we see Reverse Flash. He arrives on Themyscira. He drops the dead body of Aquaman. Wonder Woman looks down, and Eobard Thawne says, you and your old gods are finished. America is mine. Stay away from it. There won't be another warning. Now, Diana says, and if I don't, Reverse Flash runs off and concludes with, I won't be so merciful. Now we see on TV that Reverse Flash, he's a new hero. He saved America. He stopped this war between Atlantis and Themyscira. All is going well. Now we see at Wayne Manor, and we see Thomas. He has his mask off. He says, how is he doing? And Cyborg says, never seen anything like it. Every minute of daylight. For 5 days, he just hangs here, taking it all in, all the sunlight, something like 144 million watts of it, and his cells just process it. No telling how powerful he could get to be over enough time. And we see Superman. He's in this containment cell, but now instead of being weaker and hit by like this red sun radiation, he's been hit by sun radiation, so he's getting stronger. Thomas and Cyborg are trying to make a person who can be strong enough to defeat the Reverse Flash. Now, that's when Superman says, I think I'm ready. Remember what I said, containment. No killing. So Superman wants to stop Reverse Flash, but he doesn't want to kill him. Superman wants to inspire hope in this world. Now, Cyborg says, right, locked and loaded. Thomas says, here's the plan. Now we see Reverse Flash. He's out in the northeast coast of America, and we see his Atlantean ships. They're just on the bay. They're not doing anything. Now, Reverse Flash sees all these birds. They're coming toward him. And he hears this big breeze come by. Says, what's that? And then he's hit by Superman. He's hit into this wall, into all these different rocks, right? Now, he's hit into a mountain in New York. They go across these mountains, and Reverse Flash, he's caught off guard. He's like, crap, I could beat Aquaman, I could beat Wonder Woman, I could beat the Batman. But Superman, if he hits me once, I'm out. Now, that's Reverse Flash. He avoids a big drop, a big punch by Superman. And then he starts getting all these rocks and starts just toppling them on Superman, trying to take him out. Now, Superman uses T-Vision to pretty much blast all these rocks and hits Reverse Flash in the elbow. Now, he tries to blast Reverse Flash, but Eobard, he runs, he dodges these punches, and he tries to punch Superman at super speed. But Superman catches Eobard Thawne's fist, and he throws him back. He says, try running up there. Now, he then goes up and punches Reverse Flash across the sky. Now, we see Batman. He says, It's going well. You're clear about the plan? And Superman says, yes. Pretty simple. Use everything I can do to keep him off balance and focus on fighting him. Then get him up and high and push him toward this exact point on the map. Now, Cyborg says, get him to this point and we will be ready. Now, Superman gets him to this one point and hits a Reverse Flash back. Reverse Flash is pretty much stuck in this one field. Cyborg then blasts and traps Reverse Flash in this field. And Thawne starts screaming. He's stuck. Now, Batman gets up. He says, engage weapon systems. And he starts shooting at Reverse Flash. Now, Reverse Flash says, damn it, Wayne, you'll pay for this. When I get out of here, I'm gonna go in your life and make you suffer even more. Now, Cyborg then hits Thomas back and says, guns, what the hell are you doing, Wayne? We don't want him dead. And Batman says, I don't want him contained. I want him broken. I want him begging. I want my son. Now, they pretty much start going against each other, and Batman hits Cyborg to the ground. Now, Batman gets a gun ready, and he then goes up to Reverse Flash, and then he shoots at Reverse Flash, tries to kill him, but Superman stops the bullets. He says, no killing. And Eobard then realizes in that moment that Superman is really the only hope they have left. He just saved him. He can be the hero of this world. And you guys know that Thawne, he admired Barry Allen because he was a hero. He was hope. So to see that Superman embodies that, Reverse Flash kinda likes that. And in a way, Reverse Flash was stopped in this moment. He would just let Superman save the world. But that's when Batman goes up to Superman, points the gun to his head, and says, I'm sorry. And he shoots Superman in the head, you have Zam. And he says, I can't let you stop me. And we see Superman on the ground, dead. And Reverse Flash realizes that the one hope this world had is dead. Now Cyborg goes up to Batman and says, you killed him, damn it, Wayne. We need him. He could have saved the world. And Batman says, not this one. I don't want this one. I want the one that has my son in it. Thawne can change anything. He can bring him back. I have to make him bring Bruce back. Now, that's when we see up in the sky, and Cyborg says, you're insane, Wayne. We have a chance to, and we see all these Atlantean ships, all these ships from Themyscira. They come in, this whole army, and Superman on the ground. Reverse Flash grabs the bullets that was about to kill him. Now you see an army of Atlanteans and gods, led by one woman. She says, give us the right man. Now, that's when we see Batman. He says, he didn't stop them. He united them against him, against us. Cyborg says, and you just shot the one chance we might have had to stop them. Now, one woman reaches the earth, and she says, drop all weapons and surrender. The Amazon Atlantean Alliance claim America as their first conquest. We will build an empire that'll span the stars. The galaxy will fall for us. The right man that thought we would bow to his threats. He could not have been more wrong. She goes toward the Reverse Flash, and she says, he was right about one thing. The old gods are dead. So, we made a deal with some new ones. And we see an apocalypse. It comes toward Earth. And you hear a boom! And something comes out of the boom tube. A whole army. And Batman looks at Reverse Flash. He screams, look what you done. We can't stand against all that. It's your world, Thawne, or it's theirs. Do it, Thawne. Run. Now, Thawne looks at the bullets. And he runs off. He says, my world's mine. Now he runs off and Batman looks. And he says, this is righteously terrifying. It really is. But I'm smiling because you've all just lost this fight. And you don't even know it. I planned for everything. Even them. Now, Diana looks. And you hear in the background, Barda is, Barda is, Barda is, Barda is. And you see Big Barda. She leads the army from Apocalypse. You see Orion, you see Light Gray, who looks like a skeleton now. You see Mr. Miracle, Calabac, you see Grey Goodness, Metron. So pretty much Darkseid is dead. But Big Barda is the leader of Apocalypse. And she leads this whole army with Diana and the Atlanteans at her side. And Batman and Cyborg just watch all this happen. Now it's the Reverse Flash. He runs back in time. And this is when Tempest Fuganats, seeing this story, he sees a switch up. Usually in the Dark Multiverse, it ends in a dark way. All these Earths go dark. The story goes in a more terrifying way. But this is different. This universe is different from all the other dark worlds, all the other dark universes. Now, you see Reverse Flash. He goes to Gotham City years ago, and the bullet that was about to kill him, he drives it through this man's head. The man who is going to shoot Martha and Bruce and leave Thomas to become Batman. Now, he does this. He kills this man, and he saves the Waynes. Now, by doing this, he changed the world once again. He actually made it more hopeful. He changed this universe from being dark into more lights. Now, we see what this universe has become. It's a universe that Reverse Flash controls. But Diana, Aquaman, Superman, who's now in like a blue costume, Cyborg, Sinestro the Green Lantern, Abin Sur, Black Adam, all these villains and heroes are together. It's technically like the perfect world. No villains, it's a good world, but it's one that only Reverse Flash controls. And that's how we end this story, this tale from the Dark Multiverse that really isn't dark. And it's a recreation of the story of Flashpoint. So that was another tale from the Dark Multiverse, and this was Flashpoint, guys. Now, this issue is written by Brian Hitch and drawn also by him as well. So he does most of the work in this issue, and honestly, Brian Hitch did a great job here. I know in some of his previous work, his art can look a little rushed, not as good, and his writing is kind of all over the place, but here, his writing is amazing, and his artwork is great as well. Because you see a lot of shocking moments in this issue, like Reverse Flash coming into the President's office, killing all these heroes, and taking over America, or Reverse Flash killing Aquaman, and then going over to Themyscira and be like, bow before me, Diana, Wonder Woman. That's really cool. But also seeing like the rivalry between Thomas Wayne Batman and Reverse Flash, it's really interesting, because you see that, okay, Barry caused all this, then tried to get his powers back, but he died, and he left this world pretty much marooned. It's not really a good world, it's messed up, and Thomas is just Batman. He can't really stop Reverse Flash, and that's hanged over him throughout the issue, until he gets Superman and Cyborg's help, right? And it's going well. They almost stop Reverse Flash, and there's actually like a moment where Thawne, Reverse Flash, is actually thinking about just handing it over, giving Superman the chance to save the world, because Superman's the only hope this world has. But that's when Thomas just shoots him in the head. It shows that Thomas Wayne is not a good guy. He's kind of a little insane a little bit, and he's so desperate. He's not as level-headed as Bruce is in the regular like DC universe. And he just kind of is very desperate, kills Superman, and causes things to go worse. Now, what's really awesome is in that final part, in that final action sequence, when Wonder Woman shows up, and she's like, I'm not bowing before you, Reverse Flash. Instead, I've teamed up with the Atlanteans, made a whole army of them, and I got help from the New Gods and Apocalypse. Guys, that was the best part in the issue. It was really dope seeing Big Bar show up and really claim that role of Darkseid. Like, hearing everybody say, like, Barda is. It's a play on the saying of like Darkseid is, and seeing Mr. Miracle, Metron, all these characters in one double-page spread. It gave me goosebumps. I really liked it. It looked really dope, and Brian Hitch did an amazing job on those images and those characters. Now, another thing that Brian Hitch does a great job on is his facial expressions. How he renders like Thomas throughout the issue. You can see Thomas getting more desperate. Now, other things in this issue is, toward the end, we have Reverse Flash take the bullet that was about to kill him and go back in time and save the Waynes. He saves the whole Wayne family. So then, there's no Batman, supposedly. Like, there's no Batman that is being, like, the cape and cowl is being worn by somebody in the Wayne family. So no Bruce, no Thomas being Batman, which is an interesting idea. And what's even more interesting is that since Reverse Flash does this, that the world goes good. There's a world in the Dark Multiverse. There's a universe in the Dark Multiverse. And somehow it ended in a hopeful way. And you see Tempest Fugonaut kind of surprised by this. He's kind of shocked. And I wonder, will this universe spiral into darkness? I don't think so, because Reverse Flash recreated it. And he warps times, he manipulates everything. And he's kind of like that wild card in any universe, in any multiverse. So I really like that. That's a cool idea. And also, guys, I wanted to pretty much point out that Thomas is very selfish, alright? Like, he sees that Barry saved his mother, caused all this, and Thomas's pretty much response is that, hey, I know a way to fix it. What about we save my family instead? Like, no. Like, I don't care about everybody else. Save the people that I love. So, yeah, we see that Thomas, not really a good guy. Cyborg is, but Cyborg kind of gets screwed in the situation. But yeah, guys, overall, a great issue, an interesting ending, and Brian Hitch does a great job, guys. Like, DC gave him the time to make this issue, and it shows. And that's why I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. Go check this out. But guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Make sure to rate it from 1 to 10. And yeah, guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out my next Dark Multiverse or Tales from the Dark Multiverse installments. And I think coming up next is Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I am really excited to explain that to you guys, alright? But yeah, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.